Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce real-time scenario series. Today we are going to discuss to the new update in the winter 25 we got in the repeater flow repeater. We got the new update, right? So how we are going to fetch the records and how we are going to display the those records into the repeater. Earlier we can able to only create the records, but now Salesforce introduced by the new update in the winter 25 we can able to fetch the records and we can able to display those records into the repeater. So in the another video already we discussed to the scheduled records. Please check it by the before watching to this video. Okay, so in that video what we have did, we can able to create the new scheduled message record. Now in this video we are going to fetch the those scheduled records. So let's come to the here. We have to the scheduled messages. So these records we are going to fetch to the so these are the records. Those records we can able to fetch it and to display it by the in the flow repeater. This is the use case. So here then user can able to modify the either message or schedule date and time. So here we have to the use case, that is, so in the acceptance criteria, user can able to fetch the records based on the start and date inputs. So user can able to give it by the start and end date in between of the those date and time. So we can fetch the schedule messages records. Those records we can display into the flow repeater. User can able to modify those records and he can click on to the update. We can update it by those records. And finally, we have to display by the success message. We have to the confirm by the those records is the updated. So this is the business scenario. Okay, let's see how we are going to implement it by the this business scenario. Okay, let's jump into the flows. So come to the here flows real-time scenarios. So let's come to the here. I'm going to create the new flow. So click on to the here flows. So here I'm going to create by the new flow. So we can able to fetch the records with the start and end date, right? So that's why here we have to take it by the screen flow. Click on to the start from scratch. Click on to the screen flow. Click on create. So user can able to enter by the start and end date time. So here we have to take it by the screen. So this is the start screen. So now in this, we are going to take it by the date and time field. This is the start date. This is the required. And another field also we have to take it end date. In between these two dates, we can fetch it by the schedule message records. Click on next. So now here we have to the given by the input start and end date. Now we can get it by the scheduled records. So how we are going to get it? Get records. So get scheduled records. So object is the scheduled message. So here we have the filter criteria as the based on the start and end date. Okay. So now here, so scheduled message time greater than or equals to start and date time. Okay. So again, scheduled message time less than or equals to end time. So now we are going to fetch it by the scheduled records based on the start and end date. Start date is the greater than or equals to this one. End date is the less than or equals to the this one. Okay, schedule time. Both we have given by the here. So we can sort it by the details with the name. Okay, we can sort by the details. And now we can fetch it by the one or more records, right? So that's why here we have to take it by the all records. Okay, so here we are fetching by the all the records. So let me save up to here. Click on save, fetch and update scheduled records. So click on save. So after fetching those records, we can display to the in the flow repeater. So that's why here we have to take it by the another screen. So here repeater screen. Let's take it by the repeater. So drag and drop to our repeater. Okay. So this is the new feature given by the Salesforce to us. In the winter 25, they are given by the new updation to the here in the flows. Earlier we don't have this option. Now we can able to display the collection records. So earlier we don't have this feature. Now we have the collection records is the here now get scheduled records. Okay. So scheduled records repeater. Okay, this is the repeater name. Now in this we have to display by the date and time. Date and time nothing but the here. So scheduled message date and time and message. These two we have to display. So here we have to check it by the here scheduled date time. So this is the already I think so we have the required I think so. So it's not a required. Okay, let's leave it. No need for the record. But here we have to the scheduled date and time. So here default value. Now here we have to mention by the default value is the already we are getting the details, right? Get details. So here for each item. Now here scheduled date and time. This value will be the populated by the here. Same like here we have to take it by the message, sorry, text. So here this is the message. So this is the message purpose. This message purpose I am taking by the another field here, another input field. Now here also we have to display by the default value is the get records. Now this is the in this we have to the message. So in this two we are displaying by the schedule date and time. In this we have to display by the message. In this two we have to display by the repeater information with the list of the records which we are getting. That information we are going to display by the here. So user don't want to add it by the new record or remove by the existing record. So we can remove by the those function. So here come to the repeater. In this repeater configure options, user don't want to add it by the any new and don't want to remove by the existing one. Means they don't want to give it by these two privileges. And see here, once I am remove this one uncheck, add button will be the disabled. Don't want to create by the any new scheduled message record. And here they don't want to remove by the any display details as well. So these two options I removed by the here. Click on done. Now save up to here. So after they are going to given by the input now, then we have to update it by the record. Before that, we can just debug up to here. Click on to the debug. Click on to the run. So for example, we are going to select by the this one too. So November 30. See here, we have to be populated by the schedule date and time and here message. And here also you have to observe, we have to display by the schedule date and time. Text message is the two. Now user can able to change it. Okay. Like this, they can able to change it by this data. After changing, they click on to the update button here. we can update it by these records. So how we are going to update it by these records? So all the records is in the flow repeater. So we can't directly update it by the flow records, right? So that's why here we have to the loop. So loop the scheduled repeater records. So here collection is the in the repeater screen, right? In the repeater screen, this is the we have all the items. We have to repeat by the all the items. Okay, all the records we need to flow repeater one by one will come by the here. So why? Because in the flow repeater, actually we have taken by this is the one variable, this is the another variable. These two variables data we are going to store into the scheduled message objects. That's why here we have to the looping the record. So let's take it by the here one assignment. So each record value we are going to write. So set scheduled message record. So now here I am going to take it by the one single object record variable. So click on the new resource, click on to the variable. Why? Because means we are going to assign to the each value. Here we have to, this is the one of the record, this is the another record, this is the another record, right? Different records. Each record information we are mapping to the scheduled message object. So here where scheduled record. So record here scheduled message object. Okay, let's click on done. Now in this we have to the schedule date and time, right? This one we have to map it. Now we are looping the repeater records. So that's why here we have to the current item. Already we know, right? List of the records. We are getting the current item. In this current item, we have the schedule date and time. So next is the, we have to map it to the schedule where record in this message. This message we are going to map into the current item from repeater. See here, current item from repeater. Now in this we have the message. Now ID also we have to assign. We need to update the record rights. When we are going to update the records, ID is the mandatory. So here ID. So here equals to current record ID. So we have to map it by the schedule date and time, message and record ID. Okay, so these are all the we are assigning. Now we are getting the list of the records, right? Those list of the records we are assigning to the another list. At a time we are going to update it by the list of the records. Let's click on the new resource variable schedule record list. Schedule record list we are taking the here record. Now we are going to access the multiple records. So one by one it is repeating now. Those records we are going to adding into the scheduled message object. Same. Earlier we have taken by the single record. Okay. Now we are going to fetch by the multiple records. So we are adding into the in this for the these information. These information we are adding into the list. Click on to the add now. So here we can add it by the where scheduled record. Okay, so we are adding by the scheduled date and time, message, record ID. These record information we are adding into the one list. So after the last, we have to update it by these records. So let's come to the here. Update. Operation here we are doing the update operation. Update. Scheduled records. So here collection is the, here we have to the scheduled record list. In this list only, right, we are added by all the our records. We are set the scheduled records into the in this list. So now we are going to update it by the those records. Once it is updated, end user is the expecting to the success message, successfully updated by the records. So that's why here we have to take it by the one screen. So success screen. In this, we have to display by the message successfully. So success text successfully updated scheduled records. So this is, we are going to give it by the font size 18, bold, align to the center, something color, green color we are giving to the here. Okay, this is the, we are populating by the message at the final screen. Click on done. So now here after this screen, we have to give it by the here update operation instead of the next. So here click on to the here, sorry, label is the update. We are changing the label is the updated by the, sorry, not for the in this screen. So in this screen only, right? We have to repeater using the, yeah, sorry, repeater same. A little bit confused. So here label update. Click on done. Click on save. Let's click on activate. Now this flow we can able to access to the in the one tab. So that's why here we have to take it by the one app builder. Click on new. Click on app page. Fetch and update. Scheduled records. Click on next. Click on one region. Click on done. So now we can add it by the flows to the in this screen. So now here we have to take it by the fetch and updated by the scheduled records. Okay. Click on save. Click on activate. So I'm giving to the flow real-time scenarios. So add, click on save. So back to the page. Now here we have to refresh, then button will be the appear by the here. So fetch and display by the records. Now user can able to enter by the details. So, okay. Start and end time we are giving to the here. Let's click on to the next. We have to display by the details. So dot one. So I'm giving to the dot two. Two records only based on the condition it is displaying. Okay, if you want to the more records, so here. Click on next. Actually, we have the three records. See here, now we can able to display by three records. 0.3. Okay, repeater, we have to store it by 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3.3. Okay, this information we have to change. This is also I'm going to change it by the all the records. I'm going to change it by the December 1st. So all the records date also I'm changing to the December 1st. Okay, December 1st, I changed it by all the records. So once I click onto the update button, these records will be the updated and displayed by the success message. Click on update. See here, successfully updated by the records. Click on finish. Let's come to the here. Okay, so here scheduled message. See here, now it is the updated by the information and scheduled date also all will be the December 1st. So like this, we can able to fetch the list of the records. Those records we can able to display in the flow repeater. In the winter 25, we got the new update, right? In that update, we can able to display it by the list of the records into the flow repeater. So we can update it by those records. We can update it by those records as well. Okay. This is the business scenario expected by the client. I hope it's clear how it is was implemented. Stay tuned for the more real-time scenarios. Thank you.